Hi all, uh, this is Param again. Okay, in this video we will see what is SLM. Of course, we have seen the video about ILM, right? ILM is Index Lifecycle Management. It's very big topic, in fact. Okay, ILMs. Okay, when compared with ILM, SLM is very simple, in fact. Okay, so SLM is Snapshot Lifecycle Management. Okay, so it's a built-in feature within the Elasticsearch itself. So obviously we have seen how to take snapshot, okay, how to delete snapshot, how to see the verification or monitor the snapshot process, okay, everything. There is API is there, as well as you keep on a UI screen also there. Okay, now instead of doing manually, okay, can we automate the snapshot taking process? Okay, let's say we want to take snapshot at the night times, okay, at midnight. We don't want to entitle any resource, okay, or an engagement any resource that he has to wake, he has to keep not to sleep. Okay, so we can automate the snapshot taking process. Obviously snapshot has to be taken most of the times when the user not using that much, right? No query has been raised or no data is ingested, so that is the right time to take the when kind of ideal, okay, kind of say elastic search cluster is ideal, that is the right time to take the snapshots, right? Okay, so that is the reasons we want to automate the snapshot like snapshots taking process. Okay, so that is called the SLM, snapshot lifecycle management. Okay, so it can be done either API or UI. So we can done. So we will see here how to do in using the using the what using that API. Okay, and later we will see how do you can use the Kibana UI. Okay, now, so while defining SLMs, okay, while defining SLMs, okay, we have to define three things. Okay, timing, so when it has to be taken. Okay, when it has to be taken. So frequency, okay, frequency means how often it has to be taken. So that means we will the scheduler, right? Schedulers we can use, we can define the schedulers. Okay, we can cron syntax, using the cron syntax we can define every night or something, every week, something like that, like that. Okay, we can schedule that. And name of the snapshot, of course, we for every snapshot, if we are taking manually, we will give them name of the snapshot in the URL itself, right? So that's so here it's taken automatically, so we can use many math expressions. Okay, so it will along with the name append the today date or something like some junk value, something like that. Okay, so that's how the name has to be defined. Then repository, so a snapshot are going to store in the repository only, right? So that means the prerequisite is, okay, that word is something say. Okay, so prerequisite means, so already snapshot repository has to be created. Okay, all the snapshot repository has to be created, then only we can automate. So we have to say what is a repository name. Okay, then of course we can configure what are the indexes, data streams, or include the global state. Okay, everything is we have to configure. Then retention policy, so retention means that is very important thing in the SLM. So what is now, so it will delete automatically. Let's say we can say every snapshot should keep only for 30 days. Okay, or if the snapshot is count is minimum, snapshots should be minimum 5 and maximum 30. So if it is beyond 30, it will start to delete the previous one, the oldest one. That's all. Okay, the older one or oldest one. So that is what retention. So these three informations we will be defining in the ILM policies. Okay, then of course we no need to worry about that snapshot very often. Okay, so why na, why na, so snapshots going to be taken in increment only, right? But of course it involves a lot of IO cycles. Okay, if it is cloud based, SaaS based environment, so we have to take care because of all the IO operations are really all read operation also incur the cost. So, okay, so okay, now we have defined the policy. You can, of course, we can wait for the timeline. We can wait for the scheduled time to occur. Then start the policy, start the snapshot has taken. Okay, or we can manually execute. Okay, so let's see if we want to test whether it is working properly or not. Okay, or syntax missing, or any index missing, something like that. If you want to do something, then we can, or a repository is not connected, something like that. Okay, so we can manually execute. But most of the times, what is most of the times we will only the debugging or testing times we will manually execute, but rest of times it will the SLM policy executed based on the scheduler. Okay. Similarly, we can get the status of the our snapshot policy, SLM policy. Okay, so by that we can understand when it was executed. Okay, when we see our scheduler may be execute many times, but the most recent execution status only we can get. Okay, so remaining thing means if you want we have to dig into the index. So because there is a hidden index called dot slm history. Okay, dot slm history is a hidden index. Okay, we have to depend on the hidden index. I mean, we have to query that hidden index if you want to know more about the earlier execution of the policy. Okay, but the most recent policy, there is a API called, okay, there is a separate API called, just by giving the name. Okay, it will get retrieve all the information, and when it was last executed. Okay, what when it was last failure. Okay, and what is the configuration schedule, all the stuff we can see that. Okay, when the next will and the next execution when it will be, or how long it has to elapse. Okay, all these informations we can get. Okay, so these are the information about the testing ILM policy. As a prerequisite, a repository has to be created. Okay, mostly we will be using a remote repository in for the production. So remote repository in the sense either S3 packet, AW from AWS or Azure or GCP, something like that. In fact, Hadoop also we can use as a repository. Okay, so Hadoop plugin is there. So it is these four type of remote repository supported. Otherwise we can support local shared file system, local file system we can use. Then security perspective. Okay, security perspective, what is now, so he should whoever executing that jobs or jobs executing person. Okay, I'll say I defined, right? So if I want to define SLM policy, or if you want to read SLM policy, or if you want to edit SLM policy, I should have some privileges at cluster level. Okay, so manage SLM, read SLM, and the cluster colon admin slash snapshot star. So these are the different privileges are there. Okay, these are the different privileges are privileges are there. So these built-in privileges enough. Okay, just we have to assign the creator user and assign the role. Okay, uh, cluster level. Okay, cluster levels. Let's say if you want to let's say if you want to create only read only, so someone has to only read the my policy, how I had defined something, you can create, because there are three different policy, right? Manage SLM end to end, read only, so read underscore SLM. If a cluster level, then there is another policy, another privileges are there. Okay, using that we can create the role, then we can map that role particular users. Okay, then as I said, the important portion is snapshot, right? Snapshot retention. Okay, so snapshot retention means what? How many copy of snapshot should be there, or how many instance of snapshot has to be there. Okay, that is what we are saying, right? So if it is anything expired, then that policy has to be deleted. Okay, so these are the what retention of policy. So it is automatically deleting also. So obviously we are saving the space. So somehow saving the money. Okay, if we want to know the retention of the status. Okay, in that we can come to know how many retentions run. I mean, retention is a second policy, right? So it's going, see, a policy is going to take snapshot, but retention is kind of another process. Okay, it has to work on the snapshot. SLM policy going to take snapshot from the indexes to repository, but retention process, what will has to do within the repository itself, it's going to execute. Okay, within what are the repository, what are the snapshot has to be deleted. Okay, and how many time, how long it taken the snapshot, sorry, snapshot deletion, how long it taken. Okay, or even we can configure only spend this much time to delete the snapshot. Okay, expired snapshot. So, okay, I mean, let's say only 2 seconds. So that retention process will execute only for 2 seconds to delete the snapshot. So remaining snapshot will be leave as it is. Then in the next run it will delete. So that's how. So okay, so all the retention. So as I said, retention is going to execute on the repository itself. but SLM is going to execute on the cluster itself from the cluster. So SLM taking snapshot into the repository, a retention process execute in run on top of repository itself. Repository itself, there where snapshot has been stored. So obviously they will check what has to be removed, what is deleted. Okay, of course this will show that the entire snapshot. So let's say we have across the repository. No, snapshots are across the repository. I don't know. So it is no, yes, it is across the repository as well. Okay, it is across the repository as well. Usually we will have one repository. Okay, we will not have more than repository, but it says at the cluster level also. So how many snapshot it has been taken, how many snapshot has failed, how many times retention is deleted successfully, or how many how many times snapshot deletion is not happened properly. So all the information we can get to know by the status. Okay, so it's again another API calls. Okay, that's all about the SLMs. Okay, I I think I cannot. Let me open my. Okay, even if I open it, will not turn right. If I open here, what will happen? Let's see. I want to show the demo. Otherwise, I will close that. Okay. Let's see. It's opened here or not. I think it is opening. Okay, let's see the demo and we can end up the video. It's kind of a bit slow. Be patient with me. It's kind of a bit slow. What? Okay, workspace. Elastic stack, elastic search. Let's move to SLM. Okay, so these are the API. I see this in this demo. I will show you only the API based demo, but UI based demo you will see the letters. Okay, here this is by this we will create the snapshot. Okay, snapshot policy, SLM policy. Okay, come on. Here you can see the body. Okay, schedule, name of the policy. Okay, so name of the snapshot. Okay, and it include math expression and what is a repository. Okay, where I have to store my snapshot and the configuration. Of course, here I used all the indexes in the data streams. Okay, of course we can configure global state need or not and all the stuff. Okay, then retentions. Okay, so if, yeah, all the snapshot deleted after 30 days, or if the count is more than 50, then it will also delete. Okay, then obviously what is now this policy should run once in a day, so that means it will be within the 40 50, right? Okay, now the second thing is if I want to get the SLM snapshot status, that means retention status. Okay, we will get all the information. Let me run. Let me show you all the stuff here. Here you can see how many retentions run. 775 times a retention process has run. Okay, okay, so no one has deleted. No, I said no one has. No, I mean no one time has failed. So there is no timeout. So we will specify the retention time duration. Okay, so with only that times retention process will be running. So that's why there is no timeout. So see, almost retention policy 5 hours 9 5.9. That means almost 5 hours 9 seconds 9 minutes retention has been retention deletion has happened. So in millisecond you can see here, and total number of snapshot taken 773 times snapshot has been taken. So snapshot total failed 3 times has failed, and deleted see 673 times snapshot has been deleted. Okay, so that's what is all the stuff. Okay, if you want to particularly say the cloud snapshot policy is one, and I also take created one more policy. Okay, and that's during the recent time. This is what. Okay, so there also you can see how this is taken. Of course, as I said, manually. Okay, so I can run manually my snapshot policy. I'm running manually, so it's taken 2 times. So now we can see by snapshot our policy has executed 2 times. Earlier it was only right. one. Now you can see the two. Okay. Then of course, how the snapshot, see my policy, I mean this is built-in policy, I think. So what is status of, is it how it's running, where, how many time, when it was failed, when it was success, when the next time is going to run, all the stuff we can see here. That is what, okay, explain here. Last success or last failure, when it happened, and then okay, then when will the next run will be there. Okay, here you can see here at the end the next execution time, and then next execution millisecond. Okay, then status also, the all the stuffs we can see here. So particular, here we are running, but we are checking, that means we are retrieving the information about the particular SLM policy. Okay, this is my another policy. So here let's see here how it's the here policy, of course. Okay, so in last success, just now. Okay, next time is going to run, policy taken. So all the stuff we can see here. So that's all about the SLM demo. So obviously, if you are using snapshot, okay, see, very simple. It's everything depend on your use case. In your use case, if you want to keep your data at least more than 1 week, okay, whatever the data you ingested in the index or data stream, if you want to keep more than 1 week, then obviously we should go for ILM. Okay, if it is going for ILM, it will be moved to the appropriate repository. Okay, and if you want to take backup, snapshot comes to the backup, take a backup only, right? So if you want to take backup of your repository, and you want to restore some time back, or you want to maintain long time of data, okay, just as a snapshot, okay, now need to be stored in the in the cluster itself. Okay, you are not worrying about, you are not bothering about the storage cost. Then by taking snapshot, you can have the your data for a year also. Okay, so the times are, if you're defining snapshot repository, then it's automatically create snapshot as well. Okay, no need to manually take snapshot, or we no need to no need to depend on human intervention. Okay, so whenever we are defining the snapshot repository, then define SLMs as well. Okay, and that's all about the SLMs. Thanks for watching. So, okay, if you like the content, like my video and leave your comment and share it with your friends, subscribe me to my channels. Thank you. Thanks for watching.